Hello YouTube, I'm Hazmat, Corrosive Black Slime. I stream regularly over at twitch.tv/hazmatvt. I wanted to approach a subject I've seen brought up a couple times around Armored Core 6, namely the idea that Ibis is a hard boss. He's really not that hard of a boss, just the usual get good, don't get hit when he's vulnerable kind of tactic, you know? That is to say, don't constantly shoot at him. Save your ammo. He's only vulnerable, only really, truly vulnerable at certain states of the fight. And he does that vulnerable state immediately when you start. By which I mean, when you start the match, start running to the left with your boost immediately. Then, once he does the sword attack, when the blade leaves the sword, dodge to the left. Then open fire. Ready? Here we go. Run left. Dodge left. I got lucky there. Kind of unlucky and unlucky both at the same time, in a way. I could have done more damage if I had timed things better, but I didn't. So, half his health bar in one combo here, ain't too bad. Dodge opposite direction of blade faces. Don't hit me lasers, thank you very much. Most of this is just run left. Dodge. Ooh, he hit. Okay. Change up a little bit, it's fine. Alright, I should have dodged right for that blade, not left, but it worked out in the end, so we're all good. I'm gonna heal up. Let's attack again. Lasers, dodge left. Damage where you can get it. Phase 1 complete. Time for Phase 2. Get my Lance equipped again. I like the Lance a lot. I've currently got a booster equipped that gives me, I believe, the second most melee thrust when I do a melee attack, which of course means that I get the most range on my melee attacks, and the Lance already has a lot of very horizontal movement. Or rather, I suppose, Z-range movement maybe? Either way, I get a lot of forward boost when I melee attack with the Lance, so we're using that to close distance on him. Okay, keep an eye on him, just don't get hit. Dodge backwards to the right. Dodge the opposite direction the blade comes from when you're... Oh, mess that up. It's fine. That's fine. Having quick boosts is a good way to go here. Get a damage where you can get it. Damage where you can get it. Get the Lance back out. That's our closer all the time. Dodge right. Dodge opposite direction. We're always trying to go the opposite direction we're running when the blades go off. The further away you are from him, the more likely he is to miss. So keep your distance, keep running left. Just simply wait for his attacks to do... Wait for him to do the stupid flying attack. That's the majority of the fight. Dodge right, dodge left. I messed that up. I was holding left too early, and he accounted for that. Because the game does kind of read your inputs a little bit on this one. Here we go. Slashes, dodge left, get your damage off where you can get it. Easy fight. Alright. Like I said, very easy fight. It's just a matter of get the damage in when you can get it in. Let's skip the cutscenes, so you don't gotta see that. You don't need to see that. As for my personal build, only an A rank, that's not bad. A rank's better than what I had before, at least. When I wasn't using this particular build. It wasn't... Right. This is my current build for that particular fight. I'm using some backwards-facing legs, reverse joints, you know. It's not necessary. I'm using those for PvP reasons, but it works out for this fight. The Fortaleza also works just as well because it gives you a higher base movement speed, which means it's even easier just to run left and not get hit by all the tiny laser attacks. When it comes to weapons, I have the Sweet 16, which can be swapped for any quick-firing, single-hit, or single-shot, big impact damage weapon. Even, say, any of the shotguns, the linear rifles would be fine here. Bazookas that are, fast to shoot. Handheld missile launchers, I suppose. Etc. Whatever you can do to get a very fast shot of impact damage is a very good idea. I currently have the laser lance equipped to my main hand, which is what we use to do the majority of our impact damage with a charged hit. It says it only has the same charged attack power and impact as the regular hit, but what it doesn't tell you about the lance is the charged hit does 2 attacks. So it actually, if you get both off, does 2,302 charge attack power with a charge impact of 1,600. It's pretty good. On our left back unit, we have the laser slicer, which is just there to hit him 2 times really fast for a good chunk of 3,200 damage. It's good stuff. Our headpiece doesn't really matter so much. The majority of our build here doesn't matter terribly as long as you have a decent QB reload time. That's what you're looking for here. I have mine currently set pretty low because I'm using a coral generator, the big one. There's only... If you can have your dodge time be below, like, 1.10 seconds, it's pretty much ideal. Ours is a little bit slow. That's part of why I got hit a couple times when I shouldn't have been... I should have dodged better than I did. Regardless, Gridwalker gives us a melee attack thrust of 11,000, which is second only to the starter, the Kaikaku. Regardless, this thing has very good melee attack thrust at 14,000, which means you can get some attacks off from melee from very far away in comparison to normal. I have assault armor on. I didn't use it. I could have used it to maybe break his stagger at some points of the fight. It may be better to go with pulse protection or pulse armor here. Probably pulse armor is the better choice. Unless you want to be able to stand still, I suppose, and block some of his bigger attacks. But, like the X, this might block against the X. I haven't tested it. Worth looking into, though. Pulse armor is probably the better choice than assault armor. Terminal armor's good if you want to practice and don't want to die at some points that may have otherwise killed you. It could be, in some points, the difference between life and death here. Regardless, that's the build, that's the strategy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, tell me your woes with the game. And please visit me over at twitch.tv/hazmatvt. I'm very likely going to be holding some open PvP matches in the near future. Not with this build. This is my melee build. If I'm doing PvP, we're looking at something different. I'll give you a little quick show, but this is what we're looking at for my PvP build. Regardless, thank you all for dropping in. Thanks for sticking around. Goodbye.